Hi, I'm Sarah Benjamin. Welcome to Pharmacology. It is spring of 2018 and I want to set you up for success. First thing I want to introduce you to is this top right-hand corner of all of your Blackboard classrooms. Just under where my name is, and possibly just under where your name is a little area where it's got major tabs on the top. They say Rasmussen Home, Calendar, and Resources. So you're already on Rasmussen Home. You've been there before. I'm going to click on Resources and show you about all of the resources that are available to you. You have so many resources. If you look on the left side, you'll see the tutoring platform where you can go in and sign up for a tutor. If you have had any problems with any class in the past, maybe it's time to sign up for a tutor right now and get ahead of the game. So the Rasmussen College Library homepage, there's also a link for that. And then there are places in there you can look at e-resources and articles, and then books also. There's an APA guide to assist you with your paper writing, Grammarly and Noodle tools to assist you with paper writing, and then a writing guide which will help you in anything that you may write. Way over on the left here in the yellow, you'll see that you can live chat with the library itself. If you look over on this right side, the Library and Learning Services webinar series calendar, you'll see that APA Basics is on April 10th of 2018 at 6 p.m. There's also a Master Your Technology tonight at 6 p.m. So hopefully these are things that you can go in and explore. And these classes don't just come and go now. They happen probably throughout the whole time you're in nursing school. Career Services can help you with a resume and a job connect. So there are so many resources for you. Please peruse these resources. To the left of the word resources in these major tabs at the top is calendar. It will take you to the calendar. When you get to the calendar, you'll see when things are due. You'll see when quizzes are open. You'll notice that all of your writing assignments are due on a Sunday, unless they are discussion posts, and then we go by school policy, which is the first one on Tuesday and the second one on Saturday. You only have one discussion post all quarter, which is nice. It's in week 2. So that's really nice. Please note every week there's either a quiz or an exam. All of them are on Respondus. None of them are open book. Do not use an open book. And each week I will provide you a critical thinking sheet, which serves as a study guide for that particular week's quiz. Then you'll notice that it says 12 p.m. on every Friday. So that means that quiz opens up at 12 noon. Okay, that's 12 noon that it opens up. And it goes into Saturday and closes at 12 noon. Okay. Week 4 is an exam instead of a quiz. Week 8 is also an exam. And week 11 is an exam. Otherwise, there's a quiz every week. Okay? I've gone over into the Rasmussen Home section, and now I'm going to click into your class. So we're going to go into your class. If you're O1, this is your class. So over in the left-hand side, if I ask you which section you're in for lecture, you're either in O1, O2, or O3, or O4. And it'll show you at the top of the left-hand side of the side panel here, which of those classes. This is section 1, so you can see that says section 1. Okay. Underneath of section 1, if you click on this part that says course home, it will always take you to this page that we're already on, the course home page, right? So all of this stuff will load. The course announcements will load. Course announcements are programmed within Blackboard to send an announcement to your S-mail, just so you have two places and where it goes, and that you definitely don't miss it. It wants to make sure that you get that particular announcement. So always be checking your announcements. Check those every day. I actually prefer that you communicate with me through the email within Blackboard. So when you look over here under Course Home, it says My Grades. Where it says My Grades, you'll be able to see your grades. But I want you to click on Course Messages, and this is where you're going to go. And I'm not going to scroll down and go to Inbox because I don't want to show you names. But this is where you would go to actually email me and communicate with me. Don't do it through S-mail, even though the announcements send it to S-mail. When you send emails into S-mail, we run the risk of losing those emails. It just has happened too many times. Tools, these are a lot of things that you have used within the resource tab and throughout different parts of Blackboard here. As you scroll down, you can link to tutoring here or in the resource tab. I'll let that be your thing. Okay, we'll go into syllabus. Within the syllabus, there's a course description. The syllabus will tell you that week 9 and 10 will include dosage calc exams. You need 100% on at least one of these to receive a passing grade. Okay? You will need to pass at least one of these with a passing score of 100% through Respondus. Dosage calculation is taught in the lab section of pharmacology. Quizzes and tests are not open book. All academic integrity violations may result in up to failure of the class. Each week there will be either an exam or a quiz. All exams and quizzes will be open Friday at noon to Saturday at noon of their respective week. They are held on Respondus, and there are no makeups without the Dean of Nursing approval. I do not allow retakes. I rarely give back points and rely on a rigorous test analysis system to determine if I can do so. Do not ask for extra credit. I cannot give you extra credit. Most weeks you will have an assignment through the ATI program. You will have tutorials and post-tests to submit for these assignments. I require 2 hours at minimum in each tutorial assigned and 95% on the post-test. These ATI assignments count for half of your ATI points, and your proctored exam counts as the other half. You will be required to take an ATI proctored exam at the end of the quarter. Grades for the pharmacology proctored assessment are as follows. Level 3, 100%. Level 2, 85%. Level 1, 50%. And a below level 1, 0%. I do look forward to serving you and being part of your journey that makes you a kind, competent nurse. This course is combined with the lab and clinical component. Your clinical is the simulation you do here on campus for pharmacology. If you fail the lab, lecture, or clinical component, you will fail the entire 6 credits of the course and will need to retake all of them. Prerequisites are prerequisites for the program. If you have not taken them, then talk to your advisor and you need to rethink what you're doing here so that you can be set up for success. You can go ahead and read through the didactic course competencies. We meet these each week and they align with our student learning outcomes for our entire program. Laboratory course performance objectives are met throughout the lab, and the clinical course performance objectives are met through the simulation. My participation and communication, I respond to all messages within 48 hours of receipt. I do not respond faster than I can. So I usually always respond within 24 hours. I always check my emails at 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm usually really good at this, but I'm not going to get back to you immediately. So don't wait until the night before an exam to ask me questions. I do conduct live sessions, and the course requirements are that I conduct at least one live session. I've chosen to conduct them weekly, as I feel that this would serve you best. However, I record all of them. So if you aren't able to go, that's fine. Just listen to the recording. Library and Learning Services, here's another link to that. Documentation style requirements. You can see the library resources for this, but we use APA as our documentation style. Discussions. You want to participate in the discussions. The due dates for the postings, initial posts are due Tuesday night and replies are due Saturday night. You only have one discussion all quarter, so that should be easy. You can go through the grading criteria and the different point allotments. I like to explain the ATI one. 13 of those points are doing the post tests and the tutorials, and then 12 of those points are actually based on the proctored ATI exam. Your exams, there are 3 of them. You must get 78 or above on all of your exams in order to pass the class. That is a 78%. Okay, there are 50 questions on each of them, and we average those. And if you do not hit 78% average, you will not pass the class. I cannot round up. Per policy, we don't round up. 78%. If you have a 77.9, I cannot round up. It's part of the policy, and I'm not allowed to. Then you'll be able to see the different discussions and assignments. There's an assignment this week. There's an assignment each week. Some of them are group assignments. Some of them are individual assignments. You can see that right on the title. It will say right on the title. You are assigned groups when it is a group assignment. And week 3 is your first group assignment. All of the rest of the group assignments will be the same group for the rest of the quarter. This is our grading scale, so we're just reviewing that. When I go back to our course homepage and I've got the side panel up of Blackboard, I'm going to go down to a spot right underneath of the syllabus. This says documents you must sign. Please go ahead and click on that. Documents you must sign pulls you up to an assessment. It is not tied to points. It is not tied to the grade book, but it looks like an exam. We're going to click begin. It says it's a test. I'm not worried about it. Go into it. You need to read the welcome letter and just go through that. Understand that I have my S-mail in there, but I really want you communicating with me through Blackboard. Has the attendance policy. You have to go through all of these policies that we have, and then an answer of true indicates that you have read this welcome letter and the School of Nursing policies within the handbook. True. Then I go through the quarterly expectations policy and the clinical specific expectations. And once I have gone through that, I click true. I have read that. True. So you don't need to put your name in here. Your Blackboard will go ahead and put that in for me. I received an electronic copy of the syllabus for nursing 2407 on 4/4 of, it's not 2017, it's 2018. I will fix that. A copy of the receipt of this syllabus is placed in my electronic file. True. And then I'm going to go into question 4, and I'm going to put my phone number in. Obviously, that's not my number. I can save that answer, and then you save and submit. This shows up as a 0 in your grade book, but it's not to worry. Please don't worry about it. When it shows up as a 0, it does not count against you or for you in the grade book, except that this is required by the Higher Learning Commission, that you do go over these and review these every quarter. The Higher Learning Commission accredits us regionally. So we need you to go through this and do this so that we have documentation that you have gone in there and done this. Then in each week, in the course announcements, I want to show you something that I put in here every week. Every single week you will see this week 1, module 1 weekly update. So that weekly update is something I have here to kind of help you organize yourself. And if we go down to that announcement, you can see that it's posted. It was posted on Monday, but I usually post it on Fridays the week before. It contains your objectives, your readings, your assignments, and then the live lecture. And then, of course, 1 week before the exam, I post the test review as a playlist on YouTube. Then also, when I do the live recordings for the live lectures, about 10 to 15 minutes prior to that WebEx, I will post the information on here, and you'll be able to go in and join me through just clicking on this WebEx meeting link. Okay. I'll also post any documents that I utilize within that lecture, and then I will try to make sure that all of these lectures are converted over to YouTube videos, so you're not left without having YouTube videos of those. YouTube just works better on multiple different devices rather than WebEx. So I know that that's an issue. So I will convert those for the recordings. If we go into Module 1, now we're in Module 1, and in Module 1, I go ahead and I see lesson content and assignments. The same stuff that I posted in the announcements is in lesson content. It includes the readings and the assignments. If you click on assignments, you'll see that there is an individual assignment this week. You'll go in, click on the active learning template. It'll pull up this active learning template. So you can see metoprolol is already filled out for this one. You can go in and you can do the category or class. You can go in and fill in these boxes. If you prefer to print it and then scan it and put it back in, go ahead. But just make sure that you fill this out. I want to show you something with all of my assignments that you'll have. So in this assignment, if I just click on the title of the assignment, it'll take me in here, and not only do I have instructions on how to do the assignment, but I get to see a view rubric, And when I view the rubric will show me, when you're on PC, you'll be able to see this, but the pop-ups are blocked on my tablet, so you can't do that on the tablet. So make sure you're on a PC when you do this. But the rubric will show you exactly what you need in order to do well on this assignment. I'm going to go back into Module 1. I'm going to go back to Assignments. And so you've got that individual assignment. That end of module quiz will be done through Respondus. It looks different on mine. And then you've got this proof of 2 hours plus 95 or greater of post-test in the pharmacology made incredibly easy. It's not incredibly easy, it's just Pharm made easy. And yours will say 3.0 behind it because it's an updated version. So when we put in proof of that, there's a specific format I need that in. Otherwise, I don't get a chance to see your documentation of both your tutorial and your 95% post-test. So when I go to the course home, I have instructions for you on how to do that. So if we go into course announcements, so we're going down to course announcements, and so ATI code and proper ATI material. If you have a code from another cohort, just keep that cohort and just please send me what your grad date is, okay? How to get Pharm made easy. There are instructions. It comes up as a PowerPoint. I'm not going to pull up the PowerPoint, but it's going to show you how to get to that place where you need to go in order to get into Pharm Made Easy. Then we have how to save information for the Dropbox, and there's a PowerPoint here on exactly how to do that. And each week you'll have, usually you'll have an ATI to drop into the Dropbox. Yes, they are worth points. They add up to 13 points total. You should do them before you take your pharmacology proctored exam. So there are instructions here on how to do each of these. They're all done in the same manner. It basically gives me your transcript every time you do this, which is what I want. So you're going to be getting an email soon about which group you're in and who's in your groups. And you'll be assigned within your class here, within the lecture class, as to who is in your group. You can communicate through the Blackboard course email. That's the easiest way to communicate through. You can also set up different blogs if you wanted to do it that way, but you don't have to. But week 3 is the first week that there's a group assignment. These group assignments happen throughout the quarter. Most of them are these Medication Olympics assignments. And if you split up the work, they're pretty easy. So they're pretty nice. I'm going to close this out here, but I wanted to set you up for success in Blackboard. I have had so many students that struggled in Blackboard, and I just don't want you to struggle. So I hope your quarter is amazing, and I hope that you find this as fun as I do, okay? I'll talk to you later, and enjoy your week.